Chapter 6. Chakras. The expert, Arthur Avalon, has provided a comprehensive account of the chakras, which can be realized internally through the practice of yoga, in his book titled Serpent Power. For the specific purpose of this text, we may refer to the following concise notes derived from the Upanishads. Within the Muladhara chakra, situated at the base in the center of the perineum, lies the Brahma chakra, which is shaped like a yoni, womb, and consists of 3 coils. Within this yoni reside both the fire element and the Kamarupa Pita, seat of desire. This Muladhara chakra possesses 4 petals. The Svadhisthana chakra, which has 6 petals, is situated at the base of the generative organ. Located there is a linga, a sacred symbol resembling a coral bud and facing westward. It is also the site of the Udayana Pita, which holds the power to bring all worlds under one's control. The 3rd chakra is the Nabhi chakra, characterized by 5 coils. There one should meditate upon goddess Kundalini, who is radiant with intense brilliance and possesses a subtle, ethereal form. She will grant the fulfillment of all desires. This is known as the Manipura chakra. Above it lies the Hridaya chakra, which features 8 petals and contains a linga at its center. Situated 4 finger widths above that is the Kanta chakra. There one should meditate upon the Ida and Pingala nadis, located on the left and right sides, and upon the luminous white Sushumna nadi, running through the center. Above this, situated in the palate, lies a chakra comprising 10 to 12 petals. From this point, Amrita, the nectar of immortality, flows forth and spreads towards the roots of the front teeth. By meditating upon the shunyata, or void, at this location, one attains profound peace. The 7th chakra, located between the eyebrows, spans the width of a thumb. There resides the Buddhi Deepa, lamp of intellect, which shines like a flame and bestows the power of Vak Siddhi, or mastery over speech, in all its forms. Situated above this are the Ajna chakra and the Brahmarandhra, the aperture at the crown of the head. Located therein is the Jalandhara Pita, which grants the ultimate liberation, moksha. The 9th Akasha chakra, etheric center, is situated at the center of 6 upward blooming petals. This constitutes the Paramatrikona, the supreme triangle, which serves as the Purnagiri Pita, the pedestal that grants all boons. Above the aforementioned chakras, those with subtle vision, Sukshmadarshis, meditate within the cerebral region upon the Urdhvanaharas, upward supports, specific loci corresponding to the subtle sonic manifestations or Sukshma Nada Vyaktis of the Pranava, the primordial sound, Om. The chakras emanating from the Mahabindu, the great point, which represents the Parabrahman, situated at the apex, along with their respective forms, have been enumerated below in accordance with the esoteric mysteries of the Bhaga tradition. Mahabindu, Unmani, Samana, Vyapika, Shakti, Nadanta, Nada, Rodhini, Ardhachandra, Bindu. Just as there exist granthis, or knots, or junctions between pairs of the lower 6 chakras, so too are there certain shunyas, or spaces, situated amidst these urdhvadharas. In this regard, one may refer to the second list provided in the 2nd chapter. It appears that within the aforementioned urdhva chakras, the 4 chakras emanating from the Mahabindu are subsumed within the category of Saguna Shiva, God with attributes, as outlined in that specific list. 2. Certain scholars of subtle anatomy, Sukshma Darshana Shastra, have asserted that meditating upon the lower chakras, such as the Swadhisthana, may lead one astray into Vama Abhichara, left-hand path practices, thereby dragging the spiritual aspirant, sadhaka, down toward a lower destiny, adhogati. In reality, however, there is absolutely no basis for such a claim. The true objective of yoga sadhana, spiritual practice, is to reverse the downward flowing energies, redirecting them upward to cultivate the state of urdhva retas, that of one whose vital fluid, shukla, has been drawn upward. The actual process of yoga involves arresting the outward flow of vital fluids, churning the amritashaya, the reservoir of nectar, specifically the interstitial tissues of the reproductive organs situated in the immediate vicinity, and subsequently drawing that amrita, nectar, upward. Westerners, regarding this very phenomenon as a defect, surgically implant a tube to facilitate the external discharge of seminal fluid and administer a treatment known as rejuvenation. Furthermore, some critics argue, erroneously, that our yoga shastras do not prescribe chakra meditation for any center situated above the ajna chakra. It appears they have not consulted the scriptures that specifically delineate the aforementioned urdhva dharas. It must be understood that all the aforementioned chakras permeate and extend through the 5 koshas described in the first chapter. Seers of subtle realms, such as Bishop Leadbeater, have stated that chakras like the Muladhara are perceptible within the subtle vesture, subtle body, appearing as if they are enshrouding the Annamaya kosha, physical sheath. However, it can be said that the manifestation of these chakras is most intense and vivid within the pranama, vital, and manoma, mental, koshas. As corroborating evidence for this, A.J. Davis has described the distinct morphological differences between the subtle bodies of an ordinary person and a yogi adept in spiritual practice, as follows. 6. The subtle form of an ordinary person. Each body appeared to be composed of various strata or layers, radiating a luminosity that varied in intensity, sometimes brighter, sometimes dimmer. The form was enveloped by a cloud-like aura, resembling a shimmering halo. Their internal organs were visible, appearing as though encased within a transparent glass box. The specific proportions, contours, colors, and radiance characteristic of each individual organ were clearly discernible, although the nature and condition of these organs were revealed through the cloud-like emanations issuing from them. The brain, in particular, shone forth like a crown of virtue. While no 2 brains appeared exactly alike, each was nonetheless perceived as a thing of beauty. When the subtle body ascends to the higher realms, its cerebral structure, mirroring that of the physical body, appears imbued with an enhanced beauty. Streams of light radiate from the brain, coursing through the entire body. Just like the physical organs, their constituent atoms and essential essences become clearly visible. 7. The form of a trained sadhaka. During moments of deep meditation on the supreme reality, the upper region of the brain manifests as a radiant, beautiful glow. Within the brain's centers associated with righteous intellect, dharma buddhi, a soft, gentle light emerges. This radiance extends 4 feet above the physical head, culminating in a luminous circle, approximately 20 inches in diameter at the crown, which appears resplendent with a myriad of colors generated by the flowing currents of intellect and divine love. This is, in essence, the effulgence of the Atman, the soul. As vital life forces, prana, withdraw from the lower limbs and ascend upward, the head, serving as the primary seat of the mind and intellect, becomes intensely illuminated. If one were to place a hand above the head, a distinct warmth would be felt within this luminous aura. Furthermore, in harmony with the specific nature of the meditation being undertaken, various subtle centers of intellectual consciousness, buddhi chaitanya chakras, converge and become active within this radiant form. In this exalted state, extraordinary meditative experiences and profound intellectual insights may spontaneously manifest within the aspirant's subtle body.